Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're talking about Moonology. Hi, my name is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman. I'm an intuitive psychic medium here in the Sugar Land area. That's just outside of Houston. When I was a little girl, I fell in love with our moon, and ever since, I have been energetically drawn to moon energy. I have studied Moonology for quite a while, plus I enjoy teaching others about the different energies of each moon phase. Then combining that energy with our current moon sign, and you will come away with a great understanding of how both these energies will combine to influence each of us in unusual ways. If you like my content, please subscribe, like, and share. So April 30th, we have our new moon in the sign of Taurus, and that already has a lot of amazing energy going in it, but we also have an eclipse. We are going to be having a solar eclipse in the sign of Taurus, and it's going to be really great. I will tell you kind of the downside is we're not going to be able to see this from the United States or the main part of Europe. It's going to be kind of like South America or further south. That sort of area will get a glimpse of it, but not a lot of it. It's kind of really on the bottom of the world compared to where we are right now. So let's talk about this Taurus energy, because Taurus energy is not only going to be affecting the new moon energy, it's going to be affecting the solar eclipse as well. So Taurus is all about things that have begun kind of like coming up, kind of that energy. Things are more likely to last if they're started under a Taurus moon. And it's going to tend to increase value. So that's something that like, wow. Anything that you're ready to change, that you normally go, wow, this is really hard to change, that's something that you can really start changing under a Taurus moon. So this is something like anything that's been really hard and you're kind of like, I really don't know if I can handle all of this change, start it under a Taurus moon. So anything that you've been wanting to start and you haven't started because you thought it's a lot to do this, this is the time to do this. And then we've also got Taurus really is kind of bringing out the appreciation and the beauty and what's going on in our lives. So just kind of know that that's kind of increasing that value of like, what are you looking at? And maybe it's just enjoying your family. Maybe it's having a nice dinner over that new moon Taurus eclipse. So that'll be really fun and kind of getting everybody communicating. Maybe that's something that you've been thinking has been really hard, is to get everybody on the same page. It's not, especially if you do it under a Taurus moon. So now let's kind of add that new moon energy. Of course, a new moon is all about new beginnings and new starts, but it's also about things that are changing, things that we're ready to kind of see that change in. What are we willing to change in ourselves? Not everybody else. What are we willing to change in us to make this energy so much easier and so much more enjoyable for us? So what are you willing to change? Maybe it's your thinking, that you're letting go of old thinking and you're bringing in new thinking, or things that you're kind of like, oh, that's been really hard or difficult for a long period of time to kind of bring that energy in. This is a great time to do that in a new moon in the sign of Taurus. And now let's talk about the eclipse. The eclipse energy is kind of like, what do you want to jump at? Kind of while the sun is being hidden during that time frame, it's kind of like, what do you want to run at during this time frame? And it's going to be amped up pretty well for the next couple of weeks. But it really stays with us for about 6 months. Eclipse energy stays with us for about 6 months. So it stays for a long period of time. What are you willing, or what are you desiring to eclipse forward, kind of jump at? What are you willing to jump at to make it come forward? Maybe that's a new starting a career. Maybe it's changing careers. Maybe it's changing something else in your life. What are you willing to change? What are you willing to make changes at to keep moving forward? So this is kind of that really good energy. I will tell you, I have done a lot of videos about this eclipse because this one's going to be a really amazing eclipse for everybody. But this is going to really be pushing some energy of people wanting to really start something new, or start a new motion or movement forward. What are you willing to change or modify or take care of right now under this new moon in this eclipse, so you're ready for what's coming up next? So let's pull a couple angel cards and get us a little bit more information about our Moonology April 30th new moon eclipse in the sign of Taurus. So Let me get these cards in motion and get us some more information here. So I've got these two pulling out. So the first one is all about self-acceptance. Not that you can't accept yourself for who and what you bring into this world, because I think that is most important. But when we accept ourselves, sometimes we have to accept the lumps and the bumps as well. So is there something in the lumps and the bumps that you're kind of like, I really wish I could change? Make the change now. Start that change now in this new moon eclipse energy. It's going to be amazing. Next is all about spiritual growth. Spiritual growth really happens a lot when we're around an eclipse energy. It is something that really jumps us forward, and sometimes people have abilities that they've kind of been hiding that they can't hide anymore. It kind of just jumps out at them, and they're like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden now I'm seeing ghosts, or all of a sudden I'm seeing angels, or I'm hearing voices, or whatever it is. So know that that is a possibility in your abilities, that it's all of a sudden now just jumping forward and you can't control it as the way you used to. Study. What is it that you'd like to study? What is it that really just brightens your mind? What is it that really just like, wow, I really want to learn more about this? This is something really important to start at this time frame. Maybe it's a new book. Maybe it's something else. Maybe a new class. It could be something that you're really adamant about. I really want to find out some more information. Doesn't mean you have to study it forever. It just means that you want to take some time and learn a little bit more about it. That's awesome. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.